I've never cooked anything like this before. It's something that I still can't really comprehend. It's just a crazy dish, and I cannot believe that I've done it.
Nice, Billy.
I managed to complete every element in Heston's recipe, even the shiny golden sugar ball.
Amazing, Billy. Wow.
Good on you, Bill.
It's sort of come together and it looks really quite pretty on the plate. I may be 4 points behind, but hopefully I've done enough to have a shot at catching up to Georgia.
Good luck, Billy.
Thanks, Josh. This experience has been like nothing I've ever done in my life. I've learned so much about food, and I've sort of learned so much about myself. I'll never ever forget it. I'll always remember the experience. It's just priceless.
Great. Billy, we have to say that your courage, your calm under an enormous amount of stress is absolutely inspirational. It really is. I think we're all just amazed how you worked through that whole challenge, and a marathon it was. Heston said earlier that there's not a culinary competition in the world that would ask you to reproduce a dish like that kind of complexity in 5 hours. And you've done it. That's incredible. How does it feel?
I cannot think of another time in my life where I've felt that happy, or even feeling that amount of pressure, but then that still makes me happy. I don't know, it just shows that's what I really want to do. And, you know, it feels really calming to know that, because I think when I came here, I didn't have that, you know, really hard, fast thought in my head of what I wanted to do, and I really know it now. And that just feels so comforting.
Tell you what, there's an awful lot of people, aspiring professional chefs out there that can learn a lot from what you've just done.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have professional chefs come into the kitchen after 3 days of blown sugar spheres, they still don't get it. And to get it right, it normally takes about 2 months. You managed to get one out in that hour, which is incredible.
Thanks.
Blow my socks off.
Time for us to taste. Well done, Billy.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thanks, Heston.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That looks spectacular.
So beautiful. Really beautiful. Are you surprised, Heston?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Totally.
And nothing missing on the plate either.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I'm a bit lost for words. I'm not normally lost for words. I just think that's amazing. And you know, she's got so much ground to make up. 4 points is a long way to come back from, but gee, she is diving for that tape, isn't she?
Absolutely.
Amazing.
I don't really know what to say. You know, with this dish, I knew that, I mean, it was such a big challenge, but for someone who's never seen that dish before, and amateur cook, a little bit gobsmacked. The fluid gels he's done brilliantly.
Yeah.
Note for note with yours, I think, probably. How's that sugar ball, Heston?
I think she's done an amazing job. Yeah, she's some kind of superwoman. It's incredible. Whatever happens, she has a big future ahead of her.
I think, given the difficulty of the challenge, that may well have been the best individual cook we've ever seen. in the MasterChef kitchen. I can't think of something where the heights, the scale have been so high and the end result's been so good. Let's put her right back in the hunt for the title today. Right back in the hunt.
Right, shall we score?
I'm really proud of what I've done today. I gave it my best shot and I'm pretty happy with the outcome.
Beautiful, unbelievable.
To compensate for the missing sugar ball, I'm going to plate up 2 of the chocolate balls so that the plate balances and that it doesn't differ too much from Heston's. I know not having that sugar ball is going to cost me points and I'm not 100% sure how the fluid gel is going to work out, but I'm thrilled with all my other elements.
I think I'm ready.
This is the last time that I'm going to walk into the tasting room and it's sad, but it's exciting. 5 hours and 15 minutes it took to create this one plate of food, and that's a big sum in your head when you think about it.
How are they looking? All right?
Good.
All right.
It was all worth it. It was blood, sweat and tears, literally, but it was worth it.
Oh, Georgia, that was insane.
It's so painful. That was really hard.
That moment where we had the issue with the fluid gel and then it really got to you. At one point, I wasn't sure if you were going to finish.
Yeah, I didn't think I was either.
What you did was you pulled yourself out. That quality you don't see very often in chefs, in professional chefs. And it came shining through today. That was the thing that really, really wowed me.
Thank you, Heston. It means a lot. It's amazing.
How important was it for you to share today with your family?
Oh, they've always believed in me, my family, and I love them to bits. I wouldn't be the person that I am without them. Good things and bad, and I think that I've always had a dream in my family and never given up on that. They've always said that you can do anything, and it was me that said I couldn't do it. And now they're saying, like, well, we knew you could do this. And all I had to do was believe in myself, and I did it. And it's unbelievable.
Whatever happens, what you've done is, I think, is just fantastic.
Thank you. It's amazing. Amazing.
Georgia, time for us to taste.
Thank you.
Thank you, Georgia.
God, this is hard. You put all those elements together, there's a balance. And a chocolate sphere, the delicacy and the thinness of the chocolate itself is incredible.
But there's a couple of issues here.
Yeah.
She didn't put a sugar sphere, and the fluid gel is grainy.
This dish is all about, for me, subtlety and finesse. And that's, the flavours are great. There's lots of, toasty, roasty, all those things that we love. But I think there are some significant errors on this plate, but there's also some really good stuff going on.
Well, also at this point, Georgia was sitting on a 4-point lead. Now we've tasted it, how close is that lead? Does she have a lead at all?
It's tricky.
It is tricky. Whether the things that she's done really well are enough to keep her in the lead. I know what score I'm going to pop in that folder. I don't know about you guys.
Let's do it.
Toughest pressure test ever. One of the best cooks I think we've ever seen in this MasterChef kitchen. One question remains. Has Billy caught Georgia? Has Georgia stayed in the lead?
So the time starts, I've got my cream in there. Doesn't have to be perfect looking. I get my meringue and I break it up and it just snaps into lovely little shards, and I'm really happy with how it's gone. It looks fantastic. I'm a little bit worried about my granita. It's not as icy as Ben's, it's a bit more fluffy. 3 minutes to go. So I'll sprinkle that into the top and I go over to my pumpkin slices. I grate my apple onto the pumpkin, I put my mould onto the pumpkin and I lift it up. And the pumpkin has stuck onto the mould. Tiny little tear in one of the corners. But I don't think I've got time to do another one. I just wipe them down, put them in the box. They're good to go. In the box, in the box. Good luck, little fellas. A lot of my destiny is sitting in that box. Let's be honest, of course I'd love to win, but it's hard. 2 points is a lot to make up in a grand finale.
Emma, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
You've been fabulous, funny, slightly quirky through this whole competition, but you brighten up our day when you come in here. And you've had this kind of crazy approach in the kitchen where 1 minute it's going brilliantly well and the next minute it all falls in a heap.
I never thought I was a perfectionist, but I think I do like things a particular way.
How do you feel when you cook?
It just brings up everything. It's everything, it's my universe. And I just love not just the finished product, but right from the beginning. That's what I love. You know, we start from nothing and end with nothing. It's what we make in the middle of it.
We've loved every single moment, and it's fingers crossed now.
Thanks for the wild ride, guys. Thanks, guys.
Ben? Little tear in the corner of ours.
Oh, not on ours, but it's a little uneven.
Yep. Right, let's taste.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, listen to that.
It sounds like the real deal.
Oh, crunchy bits.
Yeah, straight away you can hear it.
Crunchy. Did you hear that?
Straight into crunch. Ben, what do you think?
The biggest difference I noticed when I first took my first mouthful was that the meringue was excellent, and that seemed to be the right amount to me.
Just that sound when you crack in and you hear the meringue cracking like ice on a thin puddle is beautiful.
The consistency of that curd is brilliant, and it carries the flavour. It's that creamy feel in your mouth that then counteracts the granita, the crunch of the meringue, and it lingers. I mean, my palate is salivating. It's beautiful.
The negatives for me, one, the same as Linton. The presentation when you lift the lid was not quite there.
Yeah, I think presentation with this one again was a problem. The tear on the top does detract from the look of the dish when you open it.
And I think that granita is a lot more acidic than Linton's.
It's not a huge detraction, but we're not talking about a huge difference.
No.
You know, if it costs you a point across 4 people, that can be the difference between winning the title and losing it. You know what this means? Finish that goes to the wire, all the way to the wire.
Can she make enough points up?
Yeah.
Shall we score?
Let's.
Looking at my dish all assembled, I think, yeah, I'd eat that.
Wow.
Done, sweetie. It looks pretty damn good.
All right, done.
Fantastic!
This has seriously been the hardest thing I've ever done. I'm seriously proud of myself. I don't know what Brent's done, but for me, I've done the best that I can, and that's all I can do.
Look at that.
You're welcome. And Matt.
Wow.
Oh, Laura! Oh my God! Look at this.
I don't know.
I can't believe it. I cannot
Wow.
believe it. Wow. How do you feel?
Much better now.
Much better.
Yeah, very happy.
I'll tell you, 15 minutes before you finish, I had no idea that you were going to be able to put up this.
Same.
My God. You know what? You just didn't give up.
You know, speak on behalf of all the boys, I'm super pleased that you managed to put up what you have.
Thank you.
And I think you should leave us to taste, don't you?
Thank you. Hope you like it.
Well done, Laura.
Thank you, Peter.
How shiny
Yeah,
is
it's
this
amazing.
chocolate?
It's amazing.
Like you can see your reflections in it.
Considering the pressure she was under when she did that, it was incredible. There's not as many sheets, so.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's a bit chunkier than Peter's.
It is, yeah.
And that isn't the wafer that we're looking for.
Look, the thing that's obvious is that all of us have got a big bar of that nougat on the bottom, which is not your dish, Peter. Yours was broken up into little 1 centimetre pieces, you know, which was mixed in with those muscatels. So it is very, very different.
Well, let's see how it tastes. Okay, I see what you mean about the bar. I can't break that.
Oh, yeah.
Nougat itself is supposed to be cut up in very small pieces. The muscatel raisins, the caramelised salted almonds with the Oloroso caramel, all of those components need to be quite loose, and the ganache needs to enrobe them so that when you cut through, you get a mouthful of everything. Look, it is different. Why didn't she just cut it up when she was putting it together?
That's all she
I
had to
don't
do.
understand.
Was cut it up.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you know, the things that ping for me are the muscatels, you know, so those beautiful raisins.
And muscatels are great.
I love the Oloroso caramel on the bottom. It's yummy and it's buttery and it's just super beautiful.
I want to finish on a positive, and I want to say, you know, through adversity, she put up a fabulous dessert. It may not be your version, but just making it look so beautiful, I think, is an absolute triumph.
As a eating experience, it's not quite the same.
Yeah. It just lacks some of the lightness of touch.
And then how does it eat?
Yeah.
You know, really for me, that's how it comes down.
You know, it's like, you know, I'm swayed. I'm like this at the minute. I don't know where to go.
Well, George, I'm going to be like you in a pressure test. George, you've got to make a decision. You've got 10 seconds left to score this dish. Time starts now.
Let's do it.
You know what I love? You know what I love about this tasting is that we're giving our 2 finalists an incredibly complex dessert, and because of that, it's an incredibly complex decision. Let's go outside, let's reveal our scores, and let's crown the MasterChef 2014.
Let's do it.
Even though I have a big lead, Ben is known for the pressure test. So I'm not sure whether I've done enough to beat him today.
Sashi, are you happy?
Yeah, I've grown so much in this competition. First day, I wouldn't have even imagined me putting up this dish in front of you. But on the last day, I'm so glad that I'm able to finish this.
And what a day. You've got your family here. You've got one of the greatest chefs on the planet sitting in front of you.
It's amazing. The feeling is so emotional, actually.
Heston, you watched Sashi throughout this entire cook. How do you feel?
Pretty amazed. Smashed it.
Thank you so much.
Sashi, for the last time, would you like to finish your dish for us?
Sure, thank you.
Thanks, Sashi. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Brilliant stuff.
Sashi.
As you go.
All right.
Prison officer, amateur cook, 3-star Michelin dish. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I am blown away
Yeah.
by what Sashi's done. It's so exciting.
And he seems to have got all the elements, you know, on the
Yeah.
plate. It looks pretty damn good. So,
Everything's on there. Shall we?
yeah. Texture of the mousse cream looks good.
Yeah, it does.
You can see the little inserts in there, no? It's very fresh. There's lots of texture to work through. That coconut ice cream is just the texture of it, the consistency of it.
That ice cream was just beautiful.
Yeah.
And the sponge texture, he really nailed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, the thing I love about your dish and I love about this dish is that overwhelming sense of lightness. Everything is so light. The ice cream is light. The sponge is beautifully light. Obviously, that little malt meringue just evaporates in your mouth.
Shall we score?
Yeah.
Right, let's get the last dish of 2018 in the tasting room. Let's do it.
The extreme cold temperature of liquid nitrogen is going to freeze the mousse to get that crunchy coral texture that I want.
You've down 4 minutes, you've got 11 minutes to go.
I then need to shape it so it looks a lot more like coral. But I don't want it to break into tiny little pieces and then fall apart, so I have to be really careful.
You said you're going to break up the surface that looks like coral rather than looking like a block of styrofoam. Yeah, which is good. Which is good.
I think my coral is looking like coral, but I can't spend too much time on this coral because I have to plate up the other elements as well.
8 minutes to go.
I pipe the prune jam, and then on top of that, the chocolate ganache. I spoon the Oloroso whip over the ganache and the jam. I'm really glad I redid it because it's got a nice glossy consistency and it hasn't become grainy at all.
5 minutes.
My ice cream is scooping really nicely and it's super shiny.
4 minutes.
I then pipe a little bit of the white chocolate mousse on top of the ice cream. It's now time to put the coral on the dessert. But it's a little sticky. It's starting to melt because I've left it out for a little bit too long.
A couple more seconds, sorry.
And so I quickly dunk my coral back in the nitro just to harden up again because I don't want to serve a collapsed coral.
I think he's used his instincts, which is pretty good.
There we go, it's better. Picking up just little things, thinking about it. It's nice, it's good to see.
1 minute.
1 minute left. The coral is hardened up. It's got that nice steam coming off it. I'm really, really proud of what I've done.
Bring it up.
Well done, bring it up.
We got there in the end.
Good work. Well done.
There we go.
Thank you, Simon, and well done. Good
Off you
work.
go.
Thank you very much. It's now up to the judges and Peter.
I'm going to see how this smashes, guys.
Oh, yes.
Look how light that is.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
How
And
light is that?
that is awesome.
Oh, wow. Jeez. flavour.
Yeah, excellent.
He's nailed it.
Excellent job. Yeah.
It's just shivers down my spine. It's just
He's
beautiful.
just done so well. I mean, you know, he was a gun during preparation, and the way he finished that, and he used his intuition. I mean, that's what a chef should do. You got to cook with your feelings, and he's nailed it.
And the flavour of that Oloroso whip is so good. He's been generous with it, with the prune jam, fantastic. And the ganache is there, but it doesn't dominate. Cracking job by Simon.
Yeah. I'm absolutely thrilled for it. That coral, Peter, is so light.
Yeah.
As soon as you put it into your mouth, you get that hit of cold, and then you blow a little bit of steam out your nose. You get all the thrill, don't you? And all the flavour at the same time.
My focus is on winning, it is on doing well, and I know I can make up those 5 points in this dish. My food dream has always centred around desserts, so for this dessert and the finale, it's everything in my future on a plate right now.
I have to give the nicest one to Christine.
Thank you.
Julia, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, beautiful examples of Christine's Gay Time Goes Nuts. Gary's looks more like I mean,
I quite like it. It's Thames Barrier.
It looks, it's still got architecture and
it's
style.
quite cool. Appearance is just one of judging criteria for this dish. So let's have a look and see how this dish performs.
Tastes delicious. It's lots of caramel flavours, little kicks of salt here and there. But referencing the original dessert, I know that the caramel ice cream isn't as powerful, it's not as strong, it's not that big sort of bitter caramel kick that there should be. But you know what, if you look at the techniques that she's shown us in there, she's done a really good job. You know, the texture of the ice cream is wonderful, it's really smooth, they're very light.
It's that attention to detail and it's that perfect pitch of flavour and texture that we're looking for.
We get them here, all the textures are here. I mean, that biscuit is thin and delicate, but I'm glad it's thin and we're not got big, thick, you know, biscuit.
She really has done a great job. And it does taste absolutely beautiful, but we're talking absolute detail here, aren't we? Andy!
G'day.
Look at him. He's buzzing.
Unbelievable.
Come in with a little jaunt there. You feel good?
Oh, I feel relieved. Yeah, I feel good. It's that was a massive challenge for me personally.
Bigger question for you. What are you going to do? The competition's done. We're moments away from revealing the results. What are you going to do?
For starters, I don't know. I never thought I'd be here, but I mean, I've got here by researching and learning, and I want to do more of that. I can see my skills have developed, my knowledge has developed, but it's still not where I want it to be. It's not over yet.
It isn't over yet. Are you ready?
Yep.
Go on then. Oh, he's fired up, isn't he?
I honestly think that not being someone who's familiar with desserts has helped me. I have no instincts about any of the techniques at all. All I did was follow that recipe word by word, but if they crack into it and it doesn't taste exactly like Christine's, I'm done.
That's it, man. You're done.
Thank you very much.
You're done.
See you.
Look how good they all look when you're looking down the table. They look like little soldiers.
And I love that little bulge of caramel poking out through the top going, eat me, eat me.
Let's do it, let's eat it.
Right, let's go. Ooh, there she goes. Looks delicate, looks beautiful. Looks like the one you put up earlier on today, Christine.
Yeah. The construction of the dish, I think, he's nailed the biscuits perfectly. They were very uniform. That caramel ice cream, I could just, that alone I could just sit and eat.
I find the mousse quite confected. It's a bit artificial.
A little bit dense, and I'd say probably it's just that ratio of cream to gelatin, probably just a dash too much gelatin. The caramel's a little, and in the nuts is a little hard on the top.
It should be a lot looser, and it should coat those hazelnuts a lot better.
Christine, it's fantastic to have you here, and everything you said will inform us in terms of how we score this dessert. We see you at Universal again. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Brilliant stuff.